as we usually do, we are now at the meditation. It's time to close your eyes. If you feel called to, take a couple of deep breaths in. We want to just connect with our body through our breath. So we're communicating that it is safe to actually do so, to connect with ourselves. Visualizing a sphere of protection, grounding yourself through visualizing roots, foot, and connecting to the universe with maybe a channel of light from the top of your head going all the way up. Just basic ways of connecting with the world around us, the energies around us, and the energies within. And when you're ready, you can open up your eyes. See what pile calls out to you the most. Whether it's the colors, the positions. And then you can go look at the timestamps down below. Remember, there might be more than one pile that actually calls out to you. That means there might be 2 messages, multiple messages in both piles. And always take only what resonates. Take only, just be discerning, right? Nobody knows better than you. Let's begin. Hello, my group 3s. You have chosen the pile that has the message Gifts Received, number 13. I did shuffle for these, so we will be incorporating it very shortly. So for all those who are new, my name is Katarina Lukin. This is your bi-weekly pick a card reading, meaning that these are good for the next 2 weeks, regardless of when you're seeing or watching them right now. Officially, this is 2022, end of mid-August, I would say. And the way I operate, I pick the archetype for the next 2 weeks, the overall energy, what we need to know, and where is it all going. So, with that said, let's start off with the archetype. And then I finish off with our oracles, okay? Wheel of Fortune. And it's in reverse. So, to me, the first thing that comes out is in the next 2 weeks, there's like stagnation. An ending of cycle is supposed to occur, but it still hasn't. And you're still going to be feeling that in the next 2 weeks. We're going to go more in detail about it with the other cards, but right now what I'm feeling, what I'm noticing is a kind of pit in my stomach, especially around the solar plexus area. So maybe you haven't been feeling very courageous. You haven't been feeling like you haven't been really feeling like taking actions. You feel stagnant. Maybe you don't know what actions to take. And this feeling might persist in the next 2 weeks. It could also be just a time of like a temperance kind of feeling as well, meaning you're supposed to be in a standstill. You're not supposed to finish this cycle yet. There's still lessons that need to be learned. I'm getting here a sense of a baby, maybe stagnation, maybe you've been wanting a baby. You haven't put your foot forward into receiving this baby, but there might still be a little bit of delays. I wanted to also just point out that most of the cards that I ended up picking for all 3 piles were only red and green. So I feel like a lot of you are working on your heart chakra, opening it up, but also grounding yourself. You're the only one who didn't really have that much red in it. So I feel like the grounding has been, like, the grounding is set. You're set for your basic needs, but you are still opening up your heart. You're like learning to just trust and open up your heart a little more. Okay, now with that said, let's see what we need to know and where's it all going. Nine of Swords reverse, the Star reverse, but you have the Nine of Pentacles upright. You have a message coming your way, a good news, something's coming, something that you've been probably very patiently waiting for in regards to money, maybe a promotion, maybe maybe something's falling through, something that had you worried, basically. We're very worried about it for a while, and you're starting to lose hope. But it is coming through. So I know this is what we need to know. Yeah, what we need to know. That's pretty much it. There's a message coming. So you've been for a while hoping and dreaming about something, and you've been losing hope because you've been kind of stressed that things weren't going to work out. But this Nine of Pentacles is basically your confirmation. Yes, it's going to work out. It was slow coming and it's still slow moving, but it is on its way. And I said there's a message because my eye directly went on this bird, which usually represents a messenger, right? Not usually, but some cases it could be representing of that. Again, with the red over here, the purple, you've been working on alignment, maybe working on magnetizing some things you want. And I think the only thing that's left for you to do is just ground that energy, kind of by concretizing it. So you can like visualize for something, but then you have to take the steps for it, or you have to almost visualize your roots going all the way down so it can kind of bring it into the material world, right? The 3D world. We're very 5D, but on the same time, we're still living in this 3D reality. Now, where is this all going? You have the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. Wow, interesting. Then you have the Six of Wands in reverse and the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. These actually don't really honor the reverse, but we'll still see what comes out. I feel like you're going to be lifted up. Where this is all going is you going into calmer waters. I say that because over here I'm seeing wings. They're usually rocks, but I'm actually depicting it and feeling it as wings. So I do feel like there's going to be a lift off of something. A lift off of some kind of entanglement. I see that because over here you kind of have threads and cords that kind of look like, you know, a couple of worlds intertwining and kind of getting tangled within. However, you do have very loyal people around you. One guy in particular, I feel like it's almost maybe like a child figure. So someone who has come to protect you, maybe a son or a nephew or just a younger soul. And all this is heading towards you. The calmer waters, the entanglements and all that, it's all heading towards your heart's desires. It's just there's certain elements that might still be missing, coming back to like this ending of a cycle, that it's not completely finished. Like you're getting the material gains that you want, however, you still feel like there's maybe a couple of elements missing in terms of maybe relationships, friendships. Maybe you've been wanting to open your own business. I feel like there's still a couple of masks that you need to start taking off before you can accomplish it. And there's something to be unlocked. Probably this gift over here, right? Gift received. But you haven't accepted certain gifts that are within you. And you see how there's like a star here and a star there, or at least it looks like one. It's like something's coming in, something's coming through. Again, the heart chakra. And it's just a question of allowing, like trusting the process. Trusting it enough just to open up your heart so you can feel the movement, so you can feel the opportunity, so you can feel the right actions to take. I mean, you're coming out of this phase of disbelief, but it's a practice that needs to be done every single day. So where this is all going is you finding your gifts, unloading the baggage, letting go of the baggage that you carry, letting go of the masks that no longer serve you, that have protected you for a while, but that are no longer necessary. You're coming out like this lotus flower, but you're just not able to see it at this moment. See how these are aligned? The star with the Six of Cups. You're still kind of looking at the past. You're getting better at it, however. And it's just a question of following that compass. Keep that compass to the secret north, not back down south. The north node, right? Towards your purpose. Do you even know what your purpose is? I feel like for some of you, you're not even sure what your purpose is, and that's okay. But do ask yourself that question. What is it that I want? And what is my purpose? And is it in alignment? Is it in alignment with my desires? What are my desires, right? This is all heading towards you supporting the family. If this is a child over here, the loyal. But you need to trust that they're able to understand or be part of this process, right? Children are a lot smarter than we think. They could help us more than we think they could, even though, you know, their size can be deceiving. We're going to read what the gifts has to say, and then you have time to go, but in reverse, so that has a meaning as well. So I'm going to read a book because, gifts received. Relax, it's okay to accept what is coming your way now. Gentle your soul, steady your heart. Even the most precious treasures can be received by you. Why not? Are you not built to the same stuff as that treasure? It's all love, after all. That is all that there is. Enjoy, accept, rest in the knowledge that you are being invited into a sanctuary of abundance, peaceful rest, and replenishment now. It's just time. This oracle holds a message for you. The universe is trying to get something to you. More abundance, more love, an answer to a prayer. Sometimes the healing comes in unexpected packages. Sometimes we try so hard to find the answer, exerting so much effort to receive, that we make things harder for ourselves than they need to be. So relax, have some fun, be at peace. Everything is working out just fine, and there's a nice surprise coming your way. So it comes back to the whole like trusting. And you know, the cycle hasn't been completed because there's still stuff for you to learn. So just like be patient for yourself. Allow the process of learning be fun, right? You're not here to run a marathon. You're not here to run a race. You're here to walk a marathon. Maybe not walk. You can run a marathon, but it's all about the pace. It's all about the enjoyment of it. Yes, push yourself. It's good, but at a certain point, you need to just learn when to take breaks and receive, like kind of what these people are doing, right? They're just chilling in nature, taking in whatever free therapy nature could provide them, right? What is the stuff that you used to do? You used to bike outside, what is the stuff that used to bring you joy? A lot of times say that depression is because we do less of what brings us joy. And I truly do believe that it definitely has a part of it. That we are doing a lot of stuff that we don't want to do, but not enough of the stuff that we actually do want to do, that makes our souls sigh and sing and feel joyful. Now let's read Time to Go in reverse. So in the protection, even if it appears that you've reached the end of the line and all is lost, it isn't. You're in a situation that will resurface again later, so consider this a break rather than an ending. Destiny is in charge here. You lose nothing and gain everything when you surrender to that fact. Your soul knows that your destiny is unfolding with perfect timing and synchronicity. Your small self has doubts, but that is natural, as it doesn't have the map of your destiny. The soul does. Spirit loves you. Trust that. Wow. You can never, the way everything just synchronizes. It's literally the same thing as this card over here, the Star in reverse. The universe is in charge. Destiny is inevitable. Your purpose is coming. It's inevitable. It's just about trusting the process, trusting the universe, and having fun. I'm not going to stress that enough. Have fun. Do stuff that make you happy. At least more than what frustrates you. At least to tilt the scale into the funness of life. And that is it for you guys, my group ones. Let me know if this has resonated down in the comment section below. If you think someone can benefit from this reading, share, like, subscribe. And we'll talk very soon. Have a beautiful 2 weeks. Ciao. Hello, group threes. Welcome to bi-weekly tarot pick a card reading with yours truly, Katerina. Hello to all the pioneers that have been with me from the beginning. Hello to everybody and anybody that is new with me today. Basically how I operate, we're going to look at the overall energy, what we need to know, where is it all going, finish off some oracle cards. Doesn't really matter when you're watching this. It's basically good for the next 2 weeks, starting the day you watch it, okay? So you have picked the Blood Dance. I have shuffled this. So I will be incorporating this into the reading. It'll be part of the oracles. So let's go with your overall energy. Death in reverse. So my group threes, you have been resisting a long overdue death, and obviously metaphorically speaking. So you've been resisting letting go of something, transforming, maybe letting go of certain habits, letting go of certain people, letting go of something that you know isn't good for you anymore, basically. I feel like you're entering now a new phase, a new chapter in your life, and it's literally just a question of letting go of the old, letting go of the things that are holding you back. So the next 2 weeks is really going to be, actually, I'm feeling like I'm getting the message of the time isn't right just yet either. Maybe there is an ending, but there's like a couple of things that need to be dealt with, maybe paperwork of some sort. All I know, but by the next 2 weeks, something that needs to be dealt with. You should be looking at this, you should be incorporating this. There's two sides to every story. And it's also for you to start facing your shadows. You've been resisting facing your shadow, and it's time to actually start doing that. It's not the easiest path, but it will help with this transformation over here. There's something holding you back. Someone, I do believe, and I do feel like this has something to do with somebody. Maybe it doesn't have to be love related. It could be job related, co-worker related, friend related. All I know is that it's preventing you from flying. For some of you, actually, I'm getting the message that for some of you is a person. For others, it's literally just it's just an old behavior, an old way of doing things and thinking. Let's see what we need to know. That's beautiful. You have the 10 of Cups, you have the 10 of Air, Swords in reverse, and then you have the Moon card in reverse. So sorry, I had to re-record basically my group twos, so I apologize for that, but we're going to get right back into it. So as I was saying, the overall energy for you for the next 2 weeks is really this, just looking at the resistance, looking at the shadow parts of yourself that are kind of afraid to move forward, or are kind of afraid to actually face certain behaviors or certain ways of doing things, old programs, to move past them and now create the new version of yourself, the one that you're desiring and have been desiring. And if you don't even know what that is, maybe that's the part that you need to take care of. That's the part that you need to sit down with and really look, okay, what is it do I really want? Who do I really want to become? And then you'll kind of see, well, if I want to become this, I'm going to have to technically let go of these programs or these behaviors or these ways of thinking and doing, right? It's like if you want peace in the world, you have to project peace, meaning that if you're in a traffic somewhere, you can't just go cussing out people because that does not vibrate peace. That's actually the opposite of it, right? So that's just one simple example, but this could be anything in your life right now. If you want to be a successful person, well, a successful person actually looks at their finances and discerns what needs to be done, or goes to see an academic advisor, a financial advisor. Same thing with school. Someone who wants to go back in school, they do certain steps, right? And they already kind of set up their environment for success in these types of situations. So those are just little examples. So for you, you have the 10 of Cups, you have the 10 of Swords in reverse, and then you have the Moon card in reverse as well. So I do feel like some of your burdens, some of the weight is coming off of your shoulders right now. So much good things are coming your way. So many good things. But you do have this subconscious mind that needs to be taken a look at. The Moon card really represents anything that's technically anything that's being lit up, because the moon technically is just the sun reflecting it, right? So it represents the subconscious mind. It represents the aspects of ourselves that we can't really see, or that are running out of reflex or running on a program. So again, it comes back to this resisting. What are you resisting exactly? What parts of you needs to change and that you just are not accepting at this moment? And like I mentioned in the Death card, I did feel like it wasn't the right timing to actually make drastic change. Could be one of the reasons why it's in reverse as well. But to actually take a hard look at them, maybe it's not a right time because who knows, maybe your financial situation, marital situation, whatever that may be. But it could also be because you need to look at these programs. You can't just jump into something with an old program. You're just setting yourself up for failure in that case. So what we need to know right now is that a lot is coming in your way. You have been doing the work. It's not that you have not been doing the work, but you're at a phase that it's almost a time to, am I going to take a leap? Am I going to, quit this job? Am I going to quit this relationship? Am I going to quit these friends? Or am I going to jump and work on myself, work on my own, become my own boss? Am I going to take that leap, even if I know how much work it might have to be done? And if that's the case, make sure that you can go in your self-sabotaging mindset and see how you can reprogram that. It takes practice. It's just like courage, right? To have courage, I believe when we're born, we all were born with courage, right? This we can conquer the world until we've been programmed and practically beaten in our heads that we are not courageous, that we're small, and yada 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 yada. So that's like a programming that needs to be undone. So basically where I'm going with this is that courage is a muscle that you can work on, and it's just a question of doing courageous things, one baby step at a time. Speaking to that stranger it's a very courageous act. Going to ask for help is a very courageous act. Being vulnerable, crying in front of people is a very courageous act, right? So find these little things that you want to acquire, the characteristics, and then act upon them slowly but surely. Now, where is this all going? You have the King of Cups, you have the Seven of Cups in reverse, and then you have Temperance in reverse. Basically, like, what I'm getting here, especially with the Seven of Cups in reverse, is that if you don't really pay attention to your subconscious beliefs and mindset, you're just going to be attracting like illusions. You're going to be running after illusions. You're going to have all these options, but they're not going to be the right ones for you. They're going to be the options that have been on the frequency and on vibration that you've been basically the program that you've been running on for the last couple of years, maybe weeks or maybe days, right? And you'll know which ones I'm talking about because it's probably going to be the first one that pops into your head. So I feel like these kinds of like there's like a little sense of desperateness over here, and that you're just gonna jump the gun and be a little hasty and do things without patience. Usually when we're impatient, we're not coming from a place of alignment, and therefore running from our old programs, right? Running through the egoic mindsets, which is trying to keep you safe, right? There's nothing wrong with ego. It's on a program of wanting to keep you safe, and that implies keeping you comfortable. So doing anything that gets you uncomfortable to them means like that they think that you're going to die. So they want to keep you back into that comfort, even if it's not good for you. Coming back to this King of Cups, however, if you're just able to keep your cool, you'll see past all this. I almost see you like that you're becoming this King of Cups, meaning that you're becoming so aligned and healing all your emotions that you'll see past these false illusional opportunities and past the ego's kind of way of trying to manipulate just you keeping in your comfort zone. Or this could be just you seeing across a situation. So like I said, the situation that we're supposed to leave or that you're preventing to leave, if you really look at this opportunity for you to really
check in with the version of yourself that you want to be with, which is, I feel like, a big lesson over here. And it's going to lift weights off your shoulders. I feel like you maybe have been avoiding that situation where there's a great, beautiful lesson to be learned here. And instead of just tapping into, okay, this is my old programs, this is, my judgments is just my ego trying to keep me safe, trying to keep me out of danger, which is keeping me in my comfort zone. And if you just tap into that, the happiness that you want to be, the person that you want to become, right? Maybe you just want to be that Buddha that's peaceful and just like chilling, but like having fun while you're learning this lesson. Well, you can become that. You can tap into that. Like, how would that feel for you? But I feel like you're going to see the situation for what it is. The illusions are going to lift. If this is like a coworker that you might have to face, or a job situation that you might have to deal with, or a lover or a relationship that you might have to deal with, and you're going to see through this illusion and through their impatience, and you're going to actually see, like I said, just the truth of the matter instead of your limiting perception of it. I feel like this is leading you to a great evolve. Like, you're going to evolve from this in a way that's going to integrate a very beautiful lesson that has to do with integrity, your values, putting your foot down. And it's just a question of being patient with yourself, patient with the situation, but more importantly, taking a step back and trying to refrain from judgments, and more importantly, see what's alive in the situation. Because there's always, at the end of the day, there's needs that are not being met. If there's an argument or whatnot, it's because two people have needs and neither one of them is being met, and neither one of them actually knows how to vocalize it or express what these needs are, and therefore creates chaos, which is good, because then it means that something's not being met and it's being put to light through this chaos. It's just, instead of seeing it as an argument, maybe seeing it as, oh, something's being put to light. Let's see what is trying to be illuminated right now. Again, it's just a question of seeing it in a different perspective, seeing it in a different angle, seeing it in a different light, removing yourself, removing the ego, or just, and another practice would be just to comfort the ego, right? The ego is usually our inner child trying to speak to us, trying to heal itself the best way it knows how, which is making you see things in a specific way, so it could be not catered to, yeah, technically catered to, so you can pay attention to it. Let me know if that makes sense in the comment section. Let's see what your oracle has. Chaos and conflict. You can't make this stuff up. And the blood dance. So we're going to read these directly from the book, just because I absolutely love the descriptions that Colette Baron Reid uses for these oracle cards. They're called the Wisdom of the Oracle. 33, master number. You're definitely evolving. You're definitely going to a whole other level. Here you go. I'm going to read a general message. You know what? We might read all three, because depending on your situation might be more information there. So the oracle's message: chaos and conflict. Opposing forces come together to create a turbulent atmosphere. But consider the value of chaos that serves you well. As you become unmoored by it, scattered to the winds, you leave behind the parts of yourself you no longer need and disperse seeds to reinvent yourself anew. Although the conflict appears to exist externally, its essence is also internal, projected outwards and causing disarray. You may find yourself at cross purposes with someone else, facing a storm you feel you can't control. Yet, Every storm passes, and chaos leads to a reordering of things. Conflict provides a way to see more than one side of a situation. Look upon this as just a moment in time when you may need to take shelter and step away from the fray. Don't be too eager to fight. This is a time to understand rather than to be understood. Relationship message. Stubbornness is keeping you in a state of opposition. The incessant need to be right will only serve to prolong the conflict that deep down you want to be resolved. This is an opportunity. This is an opportune moment to learn about your values, your sense of self, what's really important to you. Some things are non-negotiable. If that's true, it's not necessary to fight. Can you find a way through the stormy emotions to higher grounds? Soon the air will clear, and you will be in a much better place than before, for the storm will have passed, blazing a path for new growth in its wake. Things can become electric and enlightened, always better than before, if you use this time constructively. And the prosperity message. Circumstances appear to be chaotic, but everything that is happening now is in truth shaking things up so you can find a real path to your prosperity. Yes, it's a stormy time, and it feels as if there are opposing forces wherever you turn. Be assured that there is divine purpose in this chaos. Everything that doesn't work is being taken from you, so the truest parts of yourself remain. The events occurring now are essential for your ultimate prosperity. This chaos is divinely inspired, even though it doesn't appear that way now. In time, you will know this to be true. So overall, this chaos is good. This chaos is a good thing, because that means the truth is going to come out. The truth to the path that you're supposed to lead for your prosperity or for your love, or just in general, the path that you would like to take. If you really get down to business, really going down to the values, what's the non-negotiables, what are the things that you truly desire, and to be able to actually voice those needs out. I highly recommend Nonviolent Communication by Marshall Rosenberg. He has an amazing approach on how to really identify needs and identify others' needs to then have a conversation that doesn't encourage violence through judgments and just blatant observation. Let me know if you want me to write that in the comment section, the name of the book. And let's read now The Blood Dance. That would be, 1 second. This is from Alana Fairchild's Journey of Love, 42. The Blood Dance. The heart craves life and the blood responds. In relationship to each other, life happens. The desire and the action, the movement of cycles, drawing in and letting go, rushing to the center and pushing far away to the extremities. It is a cycle of relationship dancing between self and other, into oneness and into individuality. So it is with human beings in relationship with each other, and with human beings and the divine essence. Sometimes the heart of God feels so close. It's as though our own inner passion is the very blood rushing through it. Then we journey far, bringing our nourishment to where it is needed. To those who are cold and lonely, to the farthest reaches of our own dark self, that we may, if very brave, dare to love completely. Though we can be lonely for the warmth of the center, then, craving that feeling of being at home, soon enough we are called back to the core of the divine heart, and the cycle continues. Remember that you are always in this dance of life. You are never apart from the divine. It is just that sometimes in our natural flaws, it is easier to fall, it is easier to feel that divine presence than other times, yet you are always the blood connected to the heart. This oracle brings you confirmation that you are connected to the divine source, to all that is. If you are experiencing a phase of feeling cut off from yourself, from your body, from another, or from the divine, even from your own feelings, spiritual connection, or intuition, be assured that this is temporary and part of the cycle of life itself. Soon all connection shall return with even greater warmth and nourishment, welcoming you home again with great love. If you feel you have been journeying in life and fear that you have lost your way, do not trouble yourself. You are never far from the divine heart and will always be called home. To me, this is like just reinforcing the whole notion of patience, that it's a journey. You're not supposed to know everything right away. It's not supposed to, things comes in phases. We're human at the end of the day. We're here to live 3D reality, connected with the 5D, and we go through phases. And to embrace every single phase that we're going through, even this one that might feel a little more heavier or complicated. But remember, you're moving past this heaviness. You're really starting to lighten the load, or this could be just you resisting it again. But I mean, you're right there. It's so close. You're already in the cusp of it. And the King of Cups just confirms that also. You're starting to see delusions. It's just you need a little more practice, maybe a little more meditation, maybe a little more connecting with the divine, maybe a little more connecting with your guides. We're not meant to do this alone. We're not. I don't believe it. There's always someone helping us, supporting us. And it's just a question of requesting and then receiving, detaching from any outcome, technically speaking, as well. That's all I have for you, my group twos. Thank you for joining me, and I will talk to you very, very soon. Let me know in the comment section below if this has resonated, what part has resonated, and let me know if any of this actually comes true. Ciao. Hello, group threes. Welcome to your bi-weekly tarot pick a card reading. This is good for the next 2 weeks. Hello to everybody that's been following me and supporting me this whole time. And hello to anybody that's new over here. So the way I operate, I look at overall energy for the next 2 weeks, what we need to know, where is it all going, finishing it off with some oracle cards. So we will look at these oracle cards shortly. Let's look right away at the overall energy. You have to start in reverse. Start in reverse. You're someone who has lost hope. You're someone who's not feeling too magical, kind of feeling run down. I feel like the next 2 weeks is for you to kind of find that spark back. Although I'm getting the sense over here, like the star card for me in this position, like the sun card in reverse, it's technically still very positive. It's just a question of perspective. It's just a question of switching the script. So just telling a new story right now. And I feel like you already know this and you're just like fed up. You're just like, I don't give a crap. Like I don't just let it all be over with. You've kind of just lost, what's the word I'm looking for? You just lost hope a little bit. And to me, I'm feeling like this card is telling you, you're feeling like this right now, but there is hope. It's hard to see the kind of like the potential, but I feel like this next 2 weeks, it's almost like the star card is telling you, if you just look for the magic, or if you just tell yourself, you know what, maybe there is a possibility of the world surprising me. Just being open to that possibility will bring you the miracles that you're looking for, or will bring you the outcomes that you're looking for, or at least will give you signs towards it. But if you tell yourself that this is not for me, this is for other people, you're cutting yourself off from the possibility. If you cut yourself off from the possibility, it's like, you want to win the lottery, but you never play. It's exactly that. You can't expect to play if you can't expect to win, obviously, if you don't play a number. So I feel like the star card is really like, for the next 2 weeks, is really for you to just at least be curious about the possibilities that are out there. You might not believe them, but just be curious about it. Ask yourself, what if this is possible? What if this could be possible? How would I feel? What would I do? Really playing around with those emotions. And recently I fell upon bija mantras. And maybe I fell upon it just for you, group 3, so I could tell you about it. Bija mantras are specific mantras. It's one-word mantras that is said to be they're in Sanskrit, but it's said to be one of the first languages ever. So one of the languages that are the most connected to the universe, since it was one of the first ones. So it's 4 specific ones. There's a video called Magic Mantras. I'll try to link it. If I don't remember, just let me know. And it's 4 specific mantras that are designed to just bring in the prosperity you're looking for, the jobs that you're looking for, the information that you're looking for. And it kind of bypasses this excessive need that you need to feel it and believe it before you see it. I mean, it's a very true concept. When you believe it, then you'll see it. It's not the other way around, because we are energy. We're not material. So what's really interesting about these bija mantras is that you don't necessarily, it's almost like bypassing that need, or that part, that step, because it connects relatively quickly. It connects right away with the universe, since technically it is one of the first languages that was created. Maybe even when the universe was created, maybe it was through these sounds, because it's technically sounds and specific vibrations, right? And this, coupled with the chakra system, intensifies it. So even just playing around with that, the bija mantras, and just seeing what happens, just being curious, asking a different question, different perspective, just being like, what if this is possible? What if this could be for me? How would I feel? How would I be? How would I act? Right? Just playing around with different questions than you normally would. And I feel like in the next 2 weeks, that's the invitation that this card is giving you. The star card is trying to ask you to do. Now that we got that straight, let's see where this is all going with what we need to know. We have the Empress in reverse, the King of Swords, and then we have the 5 of Cups. Wow, you guys are going through a very emotional time right now. You're not feeling your highest. You do not feel like your aligned fucking magical self at all. You have the Empress over here. You feel like you lost control. You feel like you don't have the control anymore. And I'm feeling for some of you, you guys are mothers, and there's maybe conflict between you and the father figure, the more masculine parts of the relationship. Someone who's a little more straightforward, a little more harsh around the edges, all mental, just like all in their heads, right? And it creates a really big unbalancements. For some of you, if you guys are not mothers, it might just be a coworker or maybe a friend or maybe a family member that this is it, that you're this kind of conflict and unbalancement, and it's kind of causing you to see the cups that have fallen instead of the cups that are still there. It's kind of like bringing you in a very low frequency, low vibration, because you don't see the light anymore. You don't see the possibilities. You don't see the things that you're grateful for, kind of. You're just seeing, oh, but this is happening, and this is happening, and this is happening, right? And it's kind of hard to see different possibilities when we're suction cup to the problem. You know, we can't see the solution with a problem mindset. We need to see the solution through a solution oriented mindset. And I feel like this is another invitation over here with the Five of Cups, is that you can look at the problem or you can find solutions. And it's literally just a shift of perspective, a shift of the mind, a shift of, you know, why always me to why not me? Why couldn't I be able to find a solution, right? Like, don't wait for other people to empower you. Start empowering yourself right away. And I feel like that's kind of what's going on here. You have this situation that's pushing you. You can go one of two ways. It's or going to shrink you and it's going to cripple you. And again, it's a choice. And I really want to emphasize that we have a choice in any matter. We can make the choice to align ourselves, see what we want, see what our worth is, and act correspondingly, or we can make a choice to just believe whatever anybody says, allow them to step all over us, and belittle ourselves and not move forward, right? So I see here that it is a great opportunity for you to find this inner voice, find this inner power, because you're not feeling good right now. So the only possible move right now is up, if you choose to. I almost feel like you're hitting the low of the low with this situation, and the only thing that you can do is just move forward, move away maybe. Let's see, where is that all going? Oh, you got the Five of Cups, but in reverse. To me, that's like you're going to move out. You're going to get away from the situation. Like, you're going to start seeing the cups that are full over here. Absolutely. You have the Ace of Cups too? Wow. Interesting. So there's definitely a newfound self-love once you actually start facing the situation for what it is and really using your integrity and empowering yourself, empowering your voice. I really want to focus the voice. I'm feeling something in my throat right now. Finding this fertility, right? The Empress is all about fertility. And I feel like you feel like you've lost that along the way. And you're going to find that back. It's not going to be a very easy path because you have the Chariot here. It's not going to be something instant. But it will be enough to move the wheels forward. I feel like there's something new that's going to come out. You have the little acorns over here. I'm trying to figure out what this Ace of Swords have to do with the situation, with this outcome, where you're going. I feel like you're going to be praised in a very good way for like stepping it up and going with your values, because this to me is like a crown, right? One of those just beautiful crowns for the Romans used to have, just nice little flower crowns, or like nice little things that they put. So there's going to be acknowledgement in your praise. Although it was very scary, I feel like it's going to be something that's going to be very frightening for you to do, but You're going to inspire a lot of people by doing this, by moving away, by speaking up, by speaking your truth, by doing what you feel like doing. I feel like you're going to even like recreate yourself. Maybe even with somebody new. That there's somebody new into the picture, or there will be someone new that's supporting you, that's helping you. It might feel scary right now, but as soon as you step and take those steps, I feel like you're going to gain the confidence that you need to move forward. And it's just a question of making the first step, right? Let's see what your oracle cards are. A message in the bottle in reversed and heart fire. Okay, let's see. 15. I like to read the descriptions in the books just because they're just well written. You might have more insight. So the protective message of message in a bottle is, are you refusing to acknowledge the signs because you want things as you want them? Red flags are not pretty decorations for you to admire. They are warning you for a reason. If something doesn't sit right with you, trouble could be hidden in the bushes. Don't ignore the signs. Spirit always has your best interest at heart and will draw your attention to what you are overlooking. Wow. It kind of sums up everything that I just said, but let's see what the journey of love has to say with the heart fire. Number 1, I almost want to say like put yourself first. Just with that number, put yourself first. You are learning. Let's read a little description. Passion is ignited within you. It is not a time when things will remain still, even if the change is only sensed as a subtle stirring. Underneath the surface of things, even if slow at first, passion will unfold from within your heart, soon to be burning right like a sun, unrestrained. You are learning how to ride waves of passion through eruptions of heat and descent into coolness, bearing the absence of fire, only to realize it is returning to you again. Ride its wave, knowing that passionate bliss will always return to a heart that is on fire with love for life. The coolness always allows us to experience the heat. Once you realize that the fire emerging from within you will ebb and flow, you will trust in its presence. You will realize that whether your passionate fire is obvious, drawing you into life, or dwelling quietly within, gaining power from the deepest sources of your being, soon to rise once more. It is a constant in your heart. Accept the fire of your heart and know that this is how you are meant to be, on fire with love for all that is. This oracle brings a message for you. Trust that passion and the fire of your heart to guide your decisions now. What would make you feel most alive? Choose that. If you are feeling a lack of genuine passion in your life, take comfort that it is awakening in your own heart now, bringing something that has been long in rest back to life. Let me read a little poem here too. Life unfolds in wondrous ways, and time together fills the days with unexpected gifts beyond our wildest dreams. Like open hearts as feelings start to face the longing when we part. Our souls know this is more than what it seems. In gratitude I offer prayer, with thanks for this love so rare. Asking guidance on this sweet sojourn, the answers come in tears that flow, emotions raw and smiles that show. Becoming one is worth the wait until I can return. Wow. That is a pretty intense message. It's, to me, literally saying, follow your bliss, follow your heart, follow what you've been wanting to do for such a long time. There's something within your heart and you don't feel like you were worthy of it or that you should have done it. Maybe you put in your head that you know, you have duties and responsibilities, or somebody was putting in your head that you had duties and responsibilities. And it's just a question of just at least taking a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, just taking the step, right? Unapologetically saying, this is what I want. Let me just try it, right? It's a great opportunity. And it's just a question of stepping into it, taking the first step. And I feel like everything else is going to snowball. But do it in an aligned way. Do it in a way where it's really your heart and your mind working together collaboratively. Not just your mind, not just the analytical, not just the heart. It's really a beautiful coming together of your heart and your mind. The best decisions is when the heart and the mind are aligned. Those are the best decisions that you can make. That is how your soul will talk to you. It will talk to you through your heart, but it will be translated through the mind, meaning that the collaboration is so necessary just because you feel something, and it might feel exactly what you need to do, but your mind is there to help you to decipher the next steps. You see what I'm getting here? There's a meditation called brain heart coherence. It's a meditation that helps you bring your vibration to a 0.03 hertz, which is the vibration that links the mind and heart together so they can communicate together. The heart is not here to work independently. The brain is not there to work independently. Our bodies are not here. It is literally a huge ecosystem, and they're all here working together unless there's a debalancement. And most of us have this debalancement because we are working under stress. We are worried about a future that hasn't even arrived yet, which creates a hormonal debalancement. So make sure that when you're making these decisions that you're really tapping into the true being of who you are, and not a social or cultural or societal, or even like maybe your family's version of what you should be. Or maybe, you know, pay attention to the TVs that you're watching, the shows that you're watching. Are they influencing you? You know what I mean? Like everything is influencing us. We are literally a radio station. And if we don't tap into our frequency, we're going to tap into any frequencies. So I'm saying this so you really are doing it from a place where your soul and your spirit is communicating with you. Let me know if you need clarifications on anything that I just said. Let me know if this has resonated for you, my group threes. This is good for the next 2 weeks. And looking forward to just vibing with you guys again. Until then, enjoy the next 2 weeks. Don't take life so seriously. We're here to have fun. If you took anything out of this reading right now, just remember that, okay? If you need any kind of clarifications, I'll be more than happy to pull extra cards for you in the comment section. And that's it. Have a beautiful 2 weeks, guys.